everybody. It's Mr. Drew here to welcome you to another episode of the Andrew Glowczewski Experience. This is going to be episode 199. We're one away from 200, man. This is crazy. Anyways, we are going to continue these character concepts I'm working on. Basically, if you haven't watched any of the past episodes recently, I'm just taking these portraits that once upon a time were digital collages or photo bash together, and then I rendered them out to try to unify the look and just to understand the anatomy of this Cyclops face. And now I'm taking these portraits and I've been drawing them kind of full body. So as you can see here, I'll just take one and draw a couple, sometimes three, sometimes four. Uh, it all depends. And yeah, that's what we're doing here. So I'm gonna continue that, and on this episode we are gonna be picking up with this outfit. Don't know if I'll be doing this one. Kind of wondering if I want to make this a longer stream or not. Like maybe 2 hours. I'll be surprised if I hit three. But I'll probably definitely end up hitting three if I do multiple ones of these two. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing. So yeah, this ought to be interesting. And other than that, I have my last stream. I had a Lego Batman plan. I tried to upload it onto YouTube or schedule it into my YouTube, and yeah, it got slapped with the copyright. So I think I have to cut out the entire chunk. So it'll be the beginning where I'm like, oh, I'm about to play Lego Batman, and then it like cuts an hour forward, and then it'll be like, all right, so that's it. I'm getting done with the drawing here. I love it when that stuff happens. Um, but anyways, yeah, if you guys are watching these things on YouTube, those are backlogged episodes. If you want to catch me live, man, just watch me on Twitch. And other than that, Mr. Drew on other social medias, Instagram, Twitter, all that, sharing things daily. And yeah, man, check out my website. Link is in bio, gmrdrew.art. And other than that, man, let's get started. I have Max Dude playing in the background, and he is practicing just getting started with Chip, who is definitely my favorite fighting video game character of all time. Like, I've played fighters, most of my life, and yeah, just to think, or when I first started playing him, I've talked about it a few times in the past, but when I first started playing him, it was like we were peanut butter and jelly. Like, we just automatically, like, I just picked him up and started going. I only played him for like a couple of days, and my friend took me to an arcade, and I started playing other people with him, and I was just whooping people up like on accident, like button smashing with Chip's like fast style and everything like that. I think his style is very good for button smashing, but that's only like my personal experience. So either way, so it's exciting because if you watch my channel, I love me some Maximilian Dude, and to see him playing with my favorite character is kind of funny. How does this look again? I want to see what his hair looks like. I know it's braided. Okay, yeah, here's the three braids. There we go. So yeah, and with Guilty Gear Strive, just I think it just released recently. I love his updated look. Oh my god. Chip Zanoff is. He's the baddest man. I swear. So I may even want to kind of draw a bit of that. Just do me a Chip Zanoff shout out with this character, my character that I'm working on right here. Break the wall.
We'll just dip him. Dip this dude right now. Just dip him. Wait, this isn't what I want. Oh god. Everton, thanks for the 15 months, dude. Chipping and dipping.
Chipping and dipping.
If I land a bonsai, what do I get after that? If I actually do land his big dumb overhead, what do I get after that shit, chat? Super? Really? Everything. Where am I? In West Coast. Would I actually get 2S2H? 2S2H Uji no Jutsu or Up Alpha? I should customize my dickhead. 2S2H Up Alpha, okay. It's negative, so use it sparingly. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh, fuck this, I've lost interest. I can't switch characters until I become halfway decent with the character yet. It's just the way it is. I can't switch. I'm sorry. I can't switch colors until I learn how to play the character. Damn it! We're gonna get fucked up today. Okay. Strider. Yeah, we already have kind of a Strider color on chip.
I guess the red.
Who's that? Okay. Going poorly.
Man, I'm a little heavy-handed on this joint.
Oh, I thought I won. I think I did 4K, which gave me the overhead. Grab him. Okay. No. Sorry, I'm pressing too many buttons.
Well, I guess that's what I get for taking a break. And trying to take this complex pose with this outfit. Hey, what's up, Senpai? It's been a long time, yeah. I mean, I'm as far as like character designs go and everything, like I'm still all the way back. Man, how far back does this go? I'm still working on characters from this map. I actually started working on a character from here, and it's taking some time just because this is actually the first character that's pretty relevant to the main storyline and kind of has a long history within the entire story. So I said, I had asked myself a question if I was going to try to tackle just the portion of this character's involvement, or should I just go for the whole thing? And I just decided to go for the whole thing, and that's what's that incorporated like all the digital collaging I was doing to the portraits I was doing, and now I'm just doing all the just like small outfit concepts and poses and things like that. So I've been spending a lot of time on this one character, and I've kind of worked my way up the map to, you know, so I'm about halfway through, and in the meanwhile, I've been planning for the next characters up here, as well as over here on this side. And super excited about that because I just did some like basic research, like looking things up for a little bit, and I was just like, oh, okay, just getting up those ideas. But I'm not even near starting to work on those just yet. I'm thinking that after I get done with these things that I'm working on, um, I'll I'll probably do another study. I've been thinking about doing an airplane study just to get like aerodynamic designs down and try to understand the history of planes uh, and things like that, which gave me a whole bunch of ideas and things like that. So after I get done working on this character for a bit, I'll probably do like a whole series on planes, which I don't know how much time I'm gonna spend on that. Probably not too much because I'll probably revisit it later on down the line, and then stuff like that. But yeah, I've been spending a ton of time on this character, and yeah, man, I've been enjoying it. But yeah, it's been a long time since we talked, man. How you been? If you're still there, I don't know. I might have caught I might have caught you a little too late.
Doing it, but Senpai seems like the best option, right? Like Senpai is the thing you should be fucking doing.
Yeah, I can't even really remember the last time we talked.
Uh-oh. Oh, good shit. Okay. Uh-oh. He's so much fun. I hate it. Oh, God. Are you being so resourceful? Oh, good shit, good shit. Quit being so resourceful. Jesus Christ. We're gonna fucking die. How do you encounter a crouching slash or two slash? You need to delay the 2H, otherwise won't be able to link. Don't kick the slash after the alpha. Okay, okay, okay.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you, man. Thanks
Oh, an idiot.
for thinking about
Oh, an
me
idiot.
with your free time. You know, it's like I said, I've been spending a ton of time with this character, and I'm having a lot of fun with it too. Um, I could look it up right now to see how relevant this character is to kind of quantify it in a way for you to understand. You know what I mean? Like I guess me just saying this guy's pretty important to the story. He has like a long storyline. Um,
Oh, damn, my buttons got
like
hit.
I could actually explain what that means. I gotta find my binder. Where'd I put those binders at? I have no idea. But yeah, maybe in a little bit I can go grab the binder that I have like all the story map outs in, and I can kind of discuss just a bit about like the amount of stories that I have and how many of those stories this guy's like relevant in, just to be like, oh, okay, yeah, this guy's
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. In case you can't notice.
clearly kind of important.
Getting a better understanding of his normals, right? That's kind of the best thing here. He's feeling better.
Oh, that's what I'm missing on that one. Shit, I wonder if I wanna do that at all. Or if I just want to let that one be. I spent a lot of time on that already. He's man, this character actually goes on one of the wildest, biggest journeys throughout the entire storyline. Um, and his role kind of is um, a bit of a mentor, and then also a tragic tale. You know, you have some characters that suffer tragedy, like a lot of characters in like the Greek in Greek stories. There's a lot of tragedy involved in those. Um, yeah, this guy deals with a lot of that, so it's actually that's why I'm spending so much time on him and trying to do him a bit of honor, is just because it's like, man, if I could nail this, I'd be that'd be something. But he plays a bit of a mentor, and then you know there's tragedy, and you know there's a whole thing where you know he's pretty relevant, even when he's not around, because of how he deals with other characters and things like that. He's even like relevant when he's not around. You know what I mean? Like his name will be brought up even when you know, even if maybe we haven't seen him in a while or something like that. I'm trying to think of a character in a show. Like maybe if a character made a sacrifice or something and was gone, and then even though they died early on in the series, they kind of impacted all the other characters so much so that even when the show ends, they bring them back up or they mention them again, and it's like, oh man, all the way back then, this guy was affecting everybody.
Oh no, I forget. Trying to pay too much attention to the shit I can and can't do to what he's doing. Unlock 2S2H into clone. Oh my god.
Man, he's getting jacked up by Angie Mitos. Yeah, you know, he's pretty relevant. The way I try to keep reminding myself of my story, because it's so complex, is that there's only one main character. But yeah, within the I guess you know you have your main character, and then he kind of branches out and makes all these connections with other characters, you know, and then like even all those connections branch out, and you know they connect with all these other characters. So there's like this entire network of characters and how they're all connected and things like that. So I always try to think of like there's only one main character. But yeah, this guy would probably, he's pretty tightly connected with the main character. I don't know if he's a direct connection or a connection of a connection, but I mean with 400 characters, even just saying he's like one part away, or one or two connections away from the main guy, it's still pretty close. So yeah, he's definitely one of the mains. He's let me see if I can find my binder. I'm not gonna spend too much time looking for it, but if I could find it, I could actually pull up and actually have some relevant info. Oh, there they go. Yeah, got my trusty dusty binder with one of my old prints in it from some old artwork. So, like, I got a whole like list of like research characters. I got a few pages of that, and this guy particularly, um, I think it says I have like 30 something stories altogether. My main character is in like 24 or so of those stories. So then there's only about 9 or something like that that are stories that don't they're what are those things called? Not tangents. Well, they are kind of tangent stories, but they're called spin-offs. So there's only like 9 spin-off stories altogether. So my main character, the one, is in 24 of them. This character in particular is in, let me see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh wow, so he's only in 9 of those stories? But within the timeline, he starts in the second story, and he rides out all the way until the end. All the way until the last story. So, like I said, I have like 30 something stories. My main character's in 24 of them. Something like that. So, 30 something. And this guy's only, what'd I say, like 7 or 9? Something like that. So this guy's only in 9 stories, but the way that I broke them down, all the stories that I wrote, is I kind of color coordinated them in a way. So I have a yellow, orange, magenta, red, green, blue, purple story. And obviously my main character, he goes through all of it because he's the main character. It all tells his story. And then those nine spin-off stories are just world building stories that also introduce other characters that, you know, run into the main character eventually. But this guy in particular starts here at the second story, and he rides out all the way here. So he rides out through this, and this is like 40 years. About 40 years worth of storytelling for the main character. So yeah, this guy, you know, we kind of see his whole journey, and like I said, it's a bit of an odyssey. It's a bit of a Greek's myth tale sort of thing where, you know, pretty tragic and things like that. And you know, throughout this whole thing, I actually, when I started working on him, you know, let's say, I don't know if it's been a month or whatever, I had to go back and see all the notes that I had on him, and which I didn't have much. And so I was like, okay, I got to plan this out and map it out. And that's what I have this notebook for. I go in and I start writing stories. So this is where I mapped out all the timeline, all the characters, how old the characters are, where they're at in their lives, according to the main character in his timeline. And then, yeah, so if I go all the way to the last pages, it should be this guy. Okay, yeah, so I just spent about a page on it, and yeah, just this whole page right here has a bunch of story and timeline, like basically the main beats that this guy has to hit, and then I'm just trying to map out those beats throughout this timeline here. So like, let's say something happens this far in, something happens this far in, and then the end of the story happens here. And well, obviously I can't. I'm not gonna get into details. But yeah, I really like this character because there's a lot of story to tell with him. He goes through a lot.
Right now, because I'm not doing anything like Optimus. Just figuring out what buttons work, what shit happens when, why shit happens the way it does. Like, well, I'm starting from zero, so I just gotta keep going.
And so this would come out. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that he's only in 9 stories. Did I map? Is that what I wrote down in here? So,
Ah, shit! That should have been ready.
1605 equals. So yeah, we follow 40 years
I'll take it.
of this guy's life. Yeah, because. Oh yeah,
Here we go. The offense.
Andy's a little bit older than the main character. Just barely.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we're gonna grow old with this guy.
Oh no.
And I can't wait, man. Because it's not even just him. Have I created the main? Not on stream yet. Like, I have just, like, whatever sketches I have in a book somewhere. And I pieced them together, but I haven't, like, really put them out there and talked about them yet. Just because. Where is. Oh, yeah. So I have this world map. Here's another notebook that I have on the story. I don't know if it's blurry or not. It's so poorly lit here. There we go. So far, I've worked on this continent, and then the current continent that I'm working on is like all this area here. So you could see I haven't worked on any of this stuff as far as the world goes. So I'm working on it continent by continent, and I'm starting with kind of like the outskirts, just so I can kind of get all the smaller characters, less predominant characters, and my main character, he lives somewhere around here. If I don't really remember. Maybe it's over here somewhere. Either way, he lives somewhere within this area. So, as far as like the world map goes and how I'm going, I'm kind of working on a character from here right now, and my main character is here, and I got about another landmass to cover next. Working my way north, and then going west. Um, I have a couple routes I can go. I could work in this area, this northern area, or this area. You know what I mean? And then depending on which way I go, north, south, or straight across. But I imagined I would go south, go this way. Then that opens up, this part of the world for me to work on, and then as well as like all of this stuff. So there's like here's another piece, And then there's really not much that happens over there. But, it's there. So I don't know which way I'm going to go, but I imagine it's going to, like, I'll work on this next. So I still wouldn't be working on my main character, but I have a ton of characters in here. So I'll get, like, a lot of time in, and I'll probably spend, like, a whole year here. Who knows? And then work my way across here. There's not too many characters in this area. At least I don't recall there being. And then, yeah, work my way down here. There's even less characters. And a majority of them are obviously within this area where my main character is. Because obviously that's the main character, so that's like his homeland, that's his mainland. So there'd be like a ton of work to work in there, and by the time I get to that point, I'll definitely be working on my main character, and hopefully have like enough story and enough of the world established, like by doing all the work that I've been doing with this guy, with a handful of others. Because yeah, I definitely have about, aside from my main character, who's obviously like a big part of the story, um, maybe a dozen characters that kind of we follow along with the main character, and this guy, I guess, would kind of be one of them. But again, he's only in 9 stories out of 30 something, so he's not even all that much. Like, he's not like the second character, the third. Like, he's not getting top billing. But yeah, I've created my main somewhere, just in like rough sketches and everything, but I haven't like done the due diligence. It'll certainly be something to celebrate uh, once I do. Oh yeah, I could have just pulled it up on my phone, couldn't I have? I haven't pulled up the map in so long. Yeah, see, I took that pencil drawing, and then I colored it in. Is this it's not that bright, is it? There we go. Here's a little brighter. So yeah, this is kind of like the world map detailed, so I'm working on this area of the map, and my main character is over here somewhere. So once I get done with this area, which I'll probably still, I still got a ton to go since I'm only still like down halfway through the landmass here. And then I still have like a couple of characters over here, and then a few more to go through over here. Work my way north, and there's like a ton of characters within this landmass here. RPG story fantasy? Not really. I'm inspired by all this stuff. That's kind of why I'm creating all these things. Is because uh, basically this is kind of like a life's work for me. So I I've always wanted to work on with certain companies, with certain characters. I always wanted to do all this stuff. And, after 10 years of not even being able to get any sort of job close to what I want to do, I kind of just told myself, you know what, you just got to do it yourself. So I proceeded to, I took 5 years off from doing art in order to pursue this. And in that 5 years is when I wrote the story. And as I started writing, it was like it was always going to follow one main character, but I was going to build a world around them, kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Think about it like that. And I started including everything that I've ever wanted to work on with all those other companies and things like that. But then I just made them my own. and I made them fit within my world and did all that. And then from doing that, you know, it I kind of I kind of went nuts with it, and I don't want to say I bit off more than I could chew, but I wouldn't blame anyone if they did say that. You know, slow and steady, playing the long game with this one.
Holy shit, the rollback frames, motherfucker. Oh my god, the rollback frames.
And yeah, I've even done. I've taken this map and mapped out my main character's course throughout his entire timeline, and like, okay, he goes here, there, here, there. Like, I mapped out the amount of time it would take him to travel and how he gets there. So that's how I know that it's like 40 years worth of time, things like that, all based on events and everything that happens. And you know, so I mapped all that stuff out from story to story, and so I even have like a Photoshop file with this map with like colored lines, because like I said, everything's color coordinated with like the colored lines of, you know, the course that my main character takes to get from point A to point B. And yeah, so I, you know, I've done a lot of the background, that the heavy lifting as far as story goes and all that. And now it's just, you know, the part that I've always wanted to do, which is just create and draw these things.
Watching moves just vanish right in front of my eyes. Like in front of my eyes. And I don't like it. And I don't like it. Watching shit just disappear. We're definitely not doing that. Despite it being the absolute limit,
So yeah,
I think
so I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're following me, because I'm gonna be at this for a long time.
you have two fast characters doing fast as fuck things, and it will not work out. It will not be
And I'm sure maybe one day, maybe a year from now or so, we're gonna be talking. I'll be like, I'm working on my main character. This is my main character. You're gonna be like, oh, finally, this guy. So yeah, I certainly had like RPG elements that made it in when I was like working on things that I've always wanted to work on but couldn't. I've always been a Final Fantasy fan. Some people say that like that map that I worked on, you know, the fancier map, the ones where when I'm actually going in. Uh, Goddamn. Like this map is something that they would see from an RPG and things like that. And that's kind of where I got the idea, is those world maps from video games. Um, I didn't know how I was gonna go about doing it until I saw the world map of, it's either Sekiro. Yeah, I saw the Sekiro world map, and I said, okay, I like what they did here. Now that's what I have to do when I start creating my maps. So when I started making maps, this is only the second one. I think the first one is back here somewhere. There we go. So here's the first map. And as you can see, it's like super rough. It's not all that great. But you know, it's all the way in like the South Pole, technically, of the world. So it's like I created that map, and then here's the second one. You can see like the South Pole is, that's where this connects to, down here. So yeah, I definitely got inspired by those things. So that may be why it kind of looks that way. But really, it was just for me to be able to map out my main character's journey. and actually make sense of the world. Because, you know, when I started writing and I started including things, and, you know, there's a lot that I wanted to do, it became like, you know, where are all these things? How is he going to get from here to there? Where are they in relation to one another? Where are all these characters? If they're fighting here, how come they're not fighting there? You know, you just had to, well, I just had to start making sense of it all for myself.
That is invincibility? Oh shit! Double fireball forward K does not have invincibility. Oh, I learned something new today.
Whoops, I took you a little too far.
Did a lot of damage. Did a lot of damage. He has the worst super. Really? Okay. God damn, look at the range on that shit.
But yeah, so I hope you don't mind. When I first saw your journal, I thought it was like an RPG story. I guess it could be. I mean, because there's definitely points in the story where the main character like teams up or partners up with people. I actually enjoy writing those. That's what's making writing the story really fun for me, is putting him with other characters and watching them interact, and then thinking of where those relationships go. And then it gets difficult because it's like I want to be able to make things.
It's a good one. I like the soul combo. You know.
I, because I want to be able to like write a good story, obviously. So it gets a little bit difficult to write things. So I haven't actually started scripting stories out. They're all kind of like notes and footnotes and timelines and things, but I haven't actually scripted out like dialogue too much. But that'll be the next step after I do all this concept art and things like that. Once I get to working on the actual manga of it and piecing all those together, uh, obviously I'll start writing scripts then. But yeah, there's definitely like big team ups sometimes. When I started doing the main character's timeline and having to reach certain goals, I was like, God damn, how is he gonna do this? And then I have him bumping along or bumping into other characters along the way, and it becomes that sort of adventure, much like a Final Fantasy or any other RPG, where you know your main character bumps into
Just blocking against. I'm playing this like Leo, and Leo
bumps into people, and then your party grows,
fireball.
and then um,
Eliminate that shit from my brain.
you know they face off against enemies, and it becomes like this whole volley.
In the world I want.
And there's definitely some of that goes on, and I, you know, definitely have like times where you have like multiple uh, groups, I guess, battling, and that's going to be super exciting. Um, it's like I when I made all these characters, I made just like a bunch of pieces, a bunch of chess pieces or checker pieces, and it's like, oh, okay, I got all these pieces and I got all those pieces, and they're gonna.
Wow, that was holy shit.
Let me see, how do I want to do this? just do this like that.
That's probably first. Ow, this all hurts. This is the previous dude who was grabbing the shit out of me. Sushi! Okay, that's right, that stuff works better.
Ah, damn, he's super big on this one. Should probably increase the size of his head, maybe.
Oh god. Hey man, the Germans are too good. Ooh, down an H did not beat that.
So yeah, since I'm watching Max Dude play a bunch of Chip Zanoff right now, and that being my favorite fighting character ever, I'm just doing him a big solid.
Hi. Okay. Gotta learn how to fight against all these characters. Yo, King Kaiji, thanks for the prime, dude. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ow, man. Come here. What are we doing there? Shit, man. The damage.
But obviously, I'm gonna just do the pose. I'm gonna keep the clothes relevant
Okay.
to what he's wearing here.
Damn! Went over this fucking thing?
Yeah, I should probably bring this guy's arms in a bit. I'm drawing him way too buff. This guy's not that buff.
Okay. Kung Fu. Crisis avoided. Damn, that throw did like fucking 60%.
There we go.
I need to stop canceling move all the time. Oh god. So I'm going from slash to slash like all the
Have
time.
this guy throwing up the devil horns instead of the ninjutsu sign.
Okay. Oh, that's right. That's put hell plus. Oh no. I lost so much life. Oh! What the fuck? Damn, you wake up hella fast from this move. Holy shit. Okay. Can you bond that with sushi? I think so. I think I can. Let's find out. There's more.
Yeah, the best part about doing all that work too, taking those years off to write a story and everything, is now I could like work so confidently on everything that I want to. You know, back in the day I would just draw things and they were cool, but you know, nothing ever led to anything. It was like, you know, one and done and move on. Like all this stuff, I can, you know, one and done and move on, but at least it's all building to something. Like when I roll back all these pages to try to find something old that I worked on, like, you know, like go back all these pages and then I see all this stuff that I worked on. This isn't like just random garbage that I'm going to be throwing out. This is all like relevant things that are going to be built towards, uh, you know, that build towards the story and everything like that. These are going to be actual characters and civilizations and peoples and monsters and, you know, things that are relevant. And it's also dope, you know. I get to work on this guy here and give him a gajillion different outfits and, you know, action poses and things like that to kind of help flesh him out a little bit. And then I get to throw in something fun, you know, like a Chip Zaniff kind of pose. is this? What is that? Why did I do that? Oh yeah, that's why. Whoops. Yeah, that's this.
Oh! I lost so many buttons I was pressing. Shit. Yeah, bonsai does feel really risky. Feels like it's one of those rare mix-up situations like Angie and his overhead. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm getting hit by tough stuff. Again. Whoa. Oh, goddamn. Getting jabbed at everything.
Everything.
Faster. Get my cross
This is hilarious.
Okay. Try to get these situations a bit better.
that's what's happening.
After Alpha Blade, just 5K. IAD spam 5K. Okay, okay. So you get free, like, good mix after Alpha Blade. Comes the ducks. Vapor thrust, huh? Those aren't reversal vapor thrusts. I need to find a way to melee better.
There we go. Clean that up a bit.
It's bad. Very bad. Please a full out corner combo. Not good. It's like doing it sometimes. Ooh! Holy fuck, that did so much damage. Holy shit. Alpha Blade and another Alpha Blade doesn't seem seems okay. And I've been thrown out of it way too much, right? It has been interrupted way more than I would like to think how good it is. It pops up. It was me.
Alright, I'm having too much fun here. Should probably just call this one quits, right?
Whoa! I'm gonna be down H.
Or at least render out the boot some more.
What the fuck? Okay, that works. The super on his end. I got a clock on my head. Hey, my burst. There it is.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh no! Hurt so much!
There we go.
Yeah, the power full screen kick is super good. I'm finding myself learning how to punish it, but not
How else could I push this? I should probably fill in this bit over here.
Okay. Maybe I could do stand slash down slash there and get something else. I don't know. goofy. It's absolutely crazy. The pace this character plays at in comparison to the other characters I've played so far. Absolutely crazy. Sorry. Some shit stuck in my throat.
Oh shit. Speaking of shit stuck in my throat, I should probably.
Oh my god, it is processed. Oh, I let go. Shoink. Okay. Starting to figure out where I can actually press some of these attacks, right? Where I'm able to get away with shit. Wait for the slash to start, and then reckon him. Oh god. Sick. Fucking music. Background.
Oh, sorry. I was just throwing in the shadows. Especially on. Needed it on this one to accentuate the fact that this guy's foot's off the ground instead of touching. So that way, you know, like, oh shit, he's. Look like he's sloppily throwing a pitch.
Saying too much jabs, right? That's the stuff I gotta stop. People are jabbing me, I'll wake up like crazy. He did not know what to do.
Absolutely. That's definitely the way I'd say I played Chip.
That's what it's really feeling like. I'm starting to understand the flow of the character.
Super pesky.
Went very poorly. Oh, he did super. He could have killed me. All right, you're the greatest comeback of all time, Jack. Damn it. Damn it.
Got his ass handed to him by Soul. Oh no, that's a key.
Okay, game. Damn it, man. Okay. Press 2 instantly after wall climb to enter with Alpha Blade for easy mix. Oh, okay. So in the corner, Alpha Blade's pretty dirty. Damn it. Oh, I thought I blocked it. Put them on me, you're having fun. Okay. Soul hurts very much. In case we didn't notice. Soul hurts very much. Overhead? Oh! Dead Shadow Clone takes damage for him. You have a good game, Brooklyn. He's weird. He's weird. I'm still gonna have to find opportunities that like lead into good damage. You know, that stuff is gonna take some time. This is the same guy we fought before. What am I putting other than Gambit? Where's Naga? Let's see how this goes. If the electric blade swipe is combo. Oh, yo, JP283, thank you, Dr. Foz, and Burger, thank you. Mr. MC Voigtman, or Voiceman.
Dummy me. Look at me not getting the walk cycle right. I call myself an animator. There we go.
Nice. Yikes! Yikes! Oh, cool. First. Such a good one just to toss out. It's so good. Here, I'm gonna try to read that from this guy. Okay, 1 second. I'll be over here. Okay. So I think we're gonna do after this chat is PDX, thanks for the $10, dude. I think we're gonna probably watch some matches of like really good chips, and see the stuff that I'm missing. I think that'd be a good idea.
All right. And yeah, man, that's gonna be the end of this one. Coming up on 2 hours. Got what? 5 of these things drawn in. Got my little Chip Xanath. Uh, Chip Xanath shout out. And yeah, man, that's gonna be the end of this episode, man. I want to thank anyone and everyone who's made it this far watching it. Senpai, it's been way too long. I want to thank you for returning. The prodigal son has returned. And yeah, man, it was good talking with you. And you know, it's been a while since I broke out the books and actually talked about the story at all or anything like that. So I'm sure any newcomers are probably like have no idea what I'm working on. but um, but yeah, so thank you. I appreciate that. For everyone else, I'm G Mr. Drew. That's at G Mr. Drew on all social media. Follow, like, and subscribe. Any and all support is appreciated. If you're watching this for the first time and you're on YouTube, well, these things are streamed live on Twitch. You can catch me there if you'd like. If not, you can watch them on my Patreon as well. It takes nothing but $1 to, I guess, become a patron. If you want commissions or anything like that, it starts at $3 and it goes up from there. You should check out those tiers if you're interested. And then, but yeah, other than that, man, G Mr. Drew everywhere else. And yeah, man, just want to say thank y'all, love y'all. This is nothing but fun for me. So I'm thoroughly enjoying these, and and yeah, man, that's gonna be it. Peace.